quite get to where we wanted to yesterday, but we're gonna get there today. It's how it goes sometimes. I think the heat got to us a little bit and we're just a little slow getting some things done. And we're out of a few things, so we're gonna have to improvise. We're low on 16th inch shims because, well, they're on order, they just haven't arrived yet. So we're gonna improvise, and yeah, it's gonna be a good day. And I'm feeling bright. We've got a couple of missed opportunities here. By using this Thermalite thermostrap, you're missing out on R value. This product is actually rated for exterior use. It's just not commonly used because you're losing 3/4 of your R value, or 3/4 of an inch of your R value every 16 inches. And when you add up all the square inches on the entire face of this building, that's a substantial loss in R value. And then the way it's been bucked out around these windows, substantial loss of R. I mean, yes, wood does have an R value, R1 per inch, but we could put something that is closer to, you know, R5, or tighten up the buck. The buck didn't need to be 5.5, 6 inches wide. It just needed to be wide enough that you could attach a nailing flange to it. So, you know, 1.5 inches, 1.75 inches. And then the head flashing here. Again, I believe the intent was good, but we've got this big gap here, and I'm willing to bet when I get the styrofoam out of the way, the top of this flashing is actually going to be pitched back in. And we've got some roofing nails down through the head of the flashing. So any water that got behind the vinyl siding and was running down this wall would just curl along the bottom of the styrofoam and run in and drip in there. This is part of my distrust for insert windows. So this would be the original frame. At least I imagine it's the original frame. It certainly looks like the original frame. And somewhere along the way, somebody took the wood sashes out and put a vinyl insert in. Now, it is hard to tell from here whether this is actually a leak here on the outside of the wood frame, or it's a leak from the actual install. I suspect that we're at the bare minimum getting condensation, just because I doubt the insert was air sealed well. But the thing is when people had wood windows, they looked after them. There was things you could notice inside that would spark your interest. It would, like, oh, hey, we better do some maintenance. Once the vinyl insert goes in, you sort of forget about, you know, those key maintenance issues. So, as we get this out of the hole, we'll find out what's going on. But, you know, you have to understand the eras of construction, and, you know, everybody does maintenance differently. And once the vinyl window goes in, you kind of forget about that annual wood window maintenance. All right, the lighting's not the greatest, but hopefully we can see. So R7, 2.5 inch. That was actually spectacular insulation for a 2x4 wall once upon a time. That was, you know, pretty much state of the art. And we could argue that the paper back is still state of the art, because this is the original smart vapor retarder. Paper gets wet, opens up, and can dry to the interior. That being said, by today's standards, R7 in the wall, you know, a lot of energy moving out through. Just this building had the ability to dry. That's what that is what has made it last so long. Even with some of these events, and that's not all just condensation, folks, but the building was able to dry out. We put enough energy in it that it dried. Here's one for the people that say a house needs to breathe. We've had air moving around this window the entire time that it's been installed. Do you want your air filtered across that? That's nummy. That's what I want to breathe through, right? Nope. House doesn't need to breathe. House needs to dry. We knew there was something going on here. We could see it on the IR camera during our initial visit, and it's not a big hole, but it is nonetheless a hole that just lets the cold migrate right in there. And, well, I shouldn't say the cold migrates in there, because that's not true. The heat is migrating out. It's just a pathway for energy loss. So we're going to clean this up, pull this piece, we'll cut this off, and we'll get a chunk of rock wool in here. We could keep going, but you know, this is going to do a lot. Tighten it up, and R9 continuous on the exterior walls. That's going to go a long ways. All these beads of caulking here, these are a prime example of why International Flashing Awareness Day is so important. Obviously, the person who put this window in the hole cared a great deal. You wouldn't spend the time running these beads and trying to seal all this stuff up if you didn't care about what you were doing. However, they didn't have the information, or they lacked the education on proper flashing details. And what is missing here? We've got spray foam, but what should there be here?
Some sort of flashing?
Absolutely, there should be some sort of sill flashing, a sill pan. In fact, I don't recommend that you spray foam the bottom of a window, because it just tends to trap water in the sill when the window leaks, because we only have two types of windows, Jaren. What are the windows? Windows that leak and windows that are going to leak. Those are the two types of windows. Learned something new today. There you go. Sure did. Anyways, somebody obviously cared, but wasn't aware of proper flashing techniques. We're gonna get this sorted out, cleaned up, and put in a proper sill pan. Quite often you're used to seeing us use a horseshoe shim. Maybe that's why we're running low on them. Quite often you'll see us use a horseshoe shim underneath the window just to make sure we've got positive drainage. We're running extraordinarily low on 16th inch shims. So, cap staple caps. We put one of them in place, and voila, same thing. We just ensure that we've got a spot for water to get out. All we need to do is just make sure when this window leaks that there is a place that water can drain. There's always a chance over time that any water that gets in there is held in tension and it doesn't freely drain. This just ensures we always have a positive path.